Welcome to Creative Genius Labs. I'm your host, Zane Wild. Today, on Creative Genius Labs. Ever felt like a misunderstood visionary, toiling away while everyone calls your passion a toilet game? Today, we unravel the untold story of how one man's personal inferno fueled the creation of a world-changing innovation. But the real shock comes when you realize how close he was to losing it all, not once, but twice. Have you ever stared at the ruins of your life and wondered what could possibly rise from such devastation? In 1991, Will Wright stood before the smoldering remains of his Oakland home, watching smoke curl from the wreckage of everything he owned. Among the debris lay a single computer mouse, its plastic warped by heat, but somehow still intact. That mouse wasn't just a remnant of his past. It would become the catalyst for revolutionizing how millions of people would play, create, and imagine. Long before the fire, Wright saw the world differently. While other game designers in the 1980s focused on high scores and victory conditions, he found himself captivated by something else entirely. Working on his helicopter combat game, Raid on Bungling Bay, Wright discovered an unexpected truth. He enjoyed creating the islands more than actually playing the game. This wasn't just a passing fancy. It was the first glimpse of a revolutionary idea that would challenge everything the gaming industry thought it knew about entertainment. Picture a young Will Wright, not glued to an Atari screen like his peers, but lying on his stomach studying ant colonies for hours. While other kids played with toys, he dissected them, fascinated by their underlying systems. His Montessori education encouraged this unique perspective, teaching him to see the world not as a collection of isolated objects, but as interconnected systems waiting to be understood. You might recognize this feeling, that nagging sense that there's something more beneath the surface, something others don't quite see. Wright would later recall, describing how his colleagues mockingly dismissed his vision for SimCity. In those early days at Maxis, the company he co-founded, executives couldn't grasp the appeal of a game about urban planning. No explosions, no high scores, no clear way to win. Who would want to play that? But Wright saw something they didn't, the joy of creation itself. When everyone demanded action, he offered architecture. When they wanted competition, he envisioned collaboration. In a cramped office space filled with the constant clatter of keyboards, Wright and a single loyal programmer worked in secret. They believed in something that seemed absurd to everyone else, that players might find joy in building rather than destroying. Think about that moment in your own life when you knew you were right, even as every voice around you said you were wrong. That's where Wright lived, day after day, sketching city layouts and refining systems while his colleagues shook their heads in disbelief. Then came the breakthrough. SimCity caught fire, not through massive marketing campaigns, but through word-of-mouth acclaim. A full-page story in Newsweek validated what Wright had known all along. People craved the power to create, to shape worlds according to their vision. His software toy wasn't just a game, it was a revolution in how we think about play itself. But sometimes, the universe has a cruel sense of irony. If you're enjoying Creative Genius Labs, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. Unlock hacks that make Vinci, Banksy, and Lady Gaga creative giants. Now, back to the episode. The Oakland firestorm of 1991 didn't just take Wright's home. It stripped away every physical reminder of his past, every comfort of stability. Standing in those ashes, he faced a choice that perhaps you faced too. Let devastation define you, or use it as fuel for something greater. Wright chose the latter. In losing everything, he gained a profound insight into what truly matters, not the physical structures we build, but the lives we create within them. This realization led to his most ambitious project yet. While rebuilding his life, Wright noticed something fascinating. People were more interested in the virtual citizens of SimCity than the buildings themselves. What if, he wondered, we could simulate not just cities, but the intricate dance of human life itself? The Sims was born from this question, though industry experts once again predicted failure. They scoffed. The answer, as it turned out, was millions. Wright approached game design like a composer crafting a symphony, where each element had to harmonize with the others. He didn't just create games, he built possibility spaces where players could express themselves freely. The Sims became the best-selling PC game franchise of all time, not because it offered victory conditions, but because it celebrated the beautiful complexity of everyday life. Here's the truth that Will Wright's journey reveals. Innovation doesn't come from following established paths. It comes from having the courage to pursue your unique vision, especially when others call it impossible. That melted computer mouse from the Oakland fire. Wright kept it as a reminder that sometimes our greatest creations emerge from our deepest losses. What would happen if you stopped waiting for permission to build your impossible thing? What if, like Wright, you saw your oddities not as flaws, but as the very source of your potential genius? The world doesn't need another copy of what's already been done. It needs your unique perspective, your willingness to see systems where others see chaos, to build where others would destroy. The game of life isn't about winning or losing. It's about having the courage to play by your own rules, to build something meaningful from whatever materials fate has given you, even if all you have left is ashes. What will you create? On the next episode of Creative Genius Labs, Will Wright's story is a testament to the power of turning personal experiences, even loss, into groundbreaking creations. But what happens when that personal experience is a lifelong battle with isolation? Imagine a world where loneliness fuels the creation of entire universes, where the struggle for artistic integrity clashes with the demands of the corporate world. This week, we continue exploring the minds of game design's most immersive storytellers. This next story is about a visionary who, much like Wright, redefined the boundaries of the medium. Get ready to discover how one man's introversion birthed a legacy of unforgettable narratives. You won't want to miss this. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code, or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. 7 days, 7 creative legends. Unlock your inner creative genius using the secret tactics of history's most revolutionary artists. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/CGL. Thanks for watching.